The Poisoned Cake, The Tragic Death of Ana Neves. Introduction. In the small and seemingly peaceful town of Itapecerica, nestled in the northern region of Sao Paulo, Brazil, a dark and harrowing crime unfolded in 2025. With a population of just under 22,000, Itapecerica was a close-knit community where everyone knew everyone. But beneath this surface of familiarity and routine, a sinister act of betrayal and jealousy shocked the town to its core and made national headlines. This is the tragic true story of Ana Neves, a 17-year-old schoolgirl who became the unsuspecting victim of her best friend's deadly envy. The tale of Ana's death, deceptively orchestrated through a seemingly innocent birthday cake, would unravel into one of the chilling murder cases Brazil had seen in recent years. It is a story that explores the fragile nature of friendship, the depths of human jealousy, and the devastating consequences that can follow when those we trust harbor dark secrets. 2. Ana Neves, A Life Cut Short. Ana Neves was, by all accounts, a kind-hearted and soft-spoken girl. At 17, she was in the final stretch of her school years at Joao Baptiste de Oliveira School. Teachers described her as polite, diligent, and mature beyond her years. Her classmates often noted her love for literature and art, as well as the way she kept a small circle of trusted friends. Among these friends was a girl whom the media would later refer to as Carmen. Ana and Carmen's relationship began innocently enough. The two bonded over shared interests and teenage experiences. Carmen was frequently invited over for sleepovers, dinners, and outings with Ana's family. To outside observers, they appeared inseparable, laughing at jokes only they understood, whispering in hallways, and tagging each other in social media posts. But behind Carmen's smile, a storm of jealousy was brewing. 3. The Jealous Friend. Carmen had long struggled with feelings of inadequacy. Described by others as shy and withdrawn, she constantly compared herself to Ana. While Ana was viewed as naturally charismatic and admired by peers, Carmen felt overshadowed and invisible. These feelings intensified over time, especially as boys began to show interest in Ana, including two whom she had previously dated. Instead of addressing her insecurities or distancing herself, Carmen allowed her resentment to fester. She began to imagine scenarios where Ana would feel pain, fear, or betrayal. It was in this dark mindset that Carmen began to plan her revenge. She turned to the internet, researching poisons and ways to deliver them undetected. Eventually, she came across arsenic, a substance infamous for its deadly history and its ability to mimic common illnesses. 4. The Deadly Gift. On May 30th, 2025, Ana received an unexpected delivery at her home, a cake in a plastic container, accompanied by a sweet note. The package had arrived while Ana was out, and her sister accepted it on her behalf. When Ana came home and saw the cake, she believed it to be from a secret admirer. Excited and touched, she took a photograph of the note and cake and shared it with her sister. Without a second thought, she ate the dessert, never suspecting it contained a fatal dose of arsenic. Within an hour, Ana fell violently ill. She experienced vomiting, diarrhea, and unbearable abdominal pain. At first, her family believed it to be food poisoning and took her to the hospital. After treatment, she was briefly stabilized and sent home. But just hours later, Anna collapsed in the bathroom and went into cardiac arrest. Paramedics were called, but despite their efforts, Anna passed away that same day. 5. The investigation. Anna's sudden death left her family devastated and confused. Her father, Silvio, couldn't shake the feeling that the cake had been the cause. He remembered how unusual the delivery had been and pressed the police to investigate further. Forensic testing confirmed the presence of arsenic in Anna's system, and the cake's packaging was traced back to a local bakery called Menina Trufa. When police interviewed the shop owner, she confirmed that a young woman had placed the order using a delivery app. The delivery driver, a teenager working part-time, provided the address of the person who made the purchase. Shockingly, it led straight to Carmen's home. Initially, Carmen denied everything. She claimed she had no knowledge of the poisoned cake and tried to feign ignorance. But after hours of intense questioning and mounting evidence, she broke down and confessed to her involvement. She had bought arsenic online for less than $12 and had intended to scare Anna, a claim that police viewed with skepticism, especially after another chilling revelation. Carmen had sent a poisoned cake to another girl earlier that month. Carmen's admission to sending a second poisoned cake painted a disturbing picture of premeditated harm. The earlier incident, involving a girl who had dated 2 of Carmen's former boyfriends, followed an eerily similar pattern. That girl had also received a cake with a heartfelt note, consumed it, and became seriously ill. She was hospitalized, but unlike Anna, she survived. This revelation shocked investigators and added a chilling dimension to the case. It became clear that Carmen's act wasn't a momentary lapse in judgment, but rather a calculated effort to harm those she envied. The idea that a 17-year-old girl could commit such a crime not once, but twice, shook the community to its core. It also made law enforcement consider whether other unreported or unresolved cases might bear her signature. Carmen's behavior suggested deep psychological issues. Her obsession with revenge and the methodical way she carried out her plans hinted at a darker mindset that had gone unnoticed by teachers, peers, and even her family. Psychological profile and motive. Following her arrest, Carmen underwent a psychological evaluation. Experts identified a troubling pattern of narcissistic and antisocial behavior. Despite her reserved public persona, she had a tendency to internalize anger and reject accountability. She envied Anna for her beauty, social status, and acceptance from others. Rather than seeking help, Carmen let those feelings fester into hatred. Her motive, as described by psychologists, stemmed from intense feelings of inferiority and jealousy. Anna represented everything Carmen believed she lacked: confidence, charm, and love from others. Instead of working on herself, Carmen decided to take Anna down in the most permanent way possible. Her desire wasn't just to harm, but to erase what she saw as a constant reminder of her own shortcomings. This mindset, so dark and twisted, left even seasoned investigators unnerved. The idea that such cruelty could be born from teenage rivalry prompted questions about the hidden emotional battles young people face, and how unchecked emotions can escalate into tragedy. News of Anna's death and Carmen's arrest quickly spread beyond Itapecerica. National media outlets covered the case extensively, with headlines capturing the public's horror and disbelief.
Commentators debated whether Carmen's actions were the result of mental illness, societal neglect, or personal malice. In the community, grief turned into anger. Anna's classmates and teachers held vigils in her honor. Flowers were laid at the gates of Joao Baptiste de Oliveira's school, and a mural was painted in her memory. Many struggled to reconcile the image of Carmen they knew with the cold-blooded actions she had confessed to. Some parents expressed fears about teenage mental health and the pressures of social media, popularity, and competition among youths. Others called for more education about emotional resilience and warning signs of destructive behavior.